They say monsters don't exist. But what if I told you they walk among us in plain sight? Imagine the chill creeping down your spine when the unsettling sensation of eyes boring into you from the shadows. Yet, when you turn, nobody is there. Picture yourself in a crowded grocery store, heart racing, as an inexplicable dread clings to you like a dark, dark cloud. Monsters are real. This is American Whiskey, and every Friday we get together for Sip and Solve, where we dive into the bone-chilling tales that remind us of darkness lurks just beneath the surface. Guys, welcome back to another episode of American Whiskey, Sip and Solve. It's Big Sturge. And as always, joining with me tonight are my co-hosts. We've got the most insightful Justice League and, of course, the ever-curious Peanut. How's everybody doing today?
Oh, I'm feeling great, Sturge. Nice to be here again tonight. We're ready to deep dive into this heavy topic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here for it, man. But this is definitely going to be, an emotional ride for us.
This episode will be dealing with addiction, and I would recommend if you are struggling with addiction right now, this is probably not the episode for you. And when we get into this episode, we're going to be sharing, some ways to get some help. But, viewer discretion is advised on this one, guys. And mostly every Sip and Solve that we do. But so some of our Sip and Solve episodes talk about death at the hands of a serial killer or a murderer. We have talked about mass shootings, kidnappings, rapists, and a whole list of really crazy stories. But some monsters don't hold guns or knives. Some just have so much money and they want to do whatever it takes to get more of it. And today, we're going to be exploring the tragic saga of Richard Sackler and the Purdue Pharma's role in the opioid crisis, particularly focusing on OxyContin. This is a story of monsters. This is a story that has affected countless lives, leading to devastating addictions and loss. So tonight, I want you to grab your drinks, settle in, and let's get started.
What you sipping on, Sturge?
Well, Peanut, I'm going to ask you very kindly to back away from the mic and stop breathing in it before I punch you in the nose. I love this
I'm
guy.
too close, but not too far.
Here, look, check it out.
A medium.
Here you go.
Not talking?
Talking.
Look, talking?
Yes. No, Justice League, I love you, Peanut. Giving you a hard time here. I'm sipping on first drink I've had since Saturday. I'm doing a little whiskey and Coke. We got a little surprise here sitting in this bottle here that we're going to be going over at the end of the episode. We're going to have our little after hours. What are you sipping on?
A good old booth.
And for me, it's still dry February. I had a Pepsi.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Before we get started, I do think we should do what we do always. And we have two commercials that we do, but we're going to just do one at the moment and another one midway. If you see in the front of our lovely bench here, we have Burned Out Winery bottles all over the t-shirt, burnedoutwinery.com. You can see all their merch. You can see the bottles that they offer, and they will deliver to you. They will also be at 2nd Street Market tomorrow and Sunday from 9 to 3, I believe it is. And we got a commercial to play, and then we're going to get started. If you're looking for a unique wine experience, check out Burned Out Winery. Founded by a team of siblings who turned their passion for winemaking into a thriving business. They focus on crafting exceptional small batch wines from Moscato to tart cherry and spiced apple to their delightful sangrias. There's something for everyone. Each bottle tells a story, complete with a creative name that reflects their journey. Their wines are not only fantastic, but they're also affordable, making them a great choice for any occasion. You can easily order online at burnedoutwinery.com or connect with them on Facebook. They deliver. Whether you're local or out of state, they'll ship right to your front door. Support this hardworking team and savor the taste of Burned Out Winery. This is Big Sturge with American Whiskey. All right, guys, to understand the OxyContin crisis, we need to go back to the roots of the Sackler family. And the story begins with Arthur Sackler, one of the family's matriarchs. I mean, Arthur was a psychiatrist and an advertising pioneer who revolutionized pharmaceutical marketing.
So Arthur was instrumental in changing how drugs were marketed to both doctors and the public. He believed the effective marketing could drive sales, which laid the groundwork for how the Sackler family approached their business.
He was involved in, marketing products like Valium, which became widely popular. This focus on aggressive marketing continued with his descendants, shaping the landscape of the opioid prescribing.
Now, Arthur passed away in 1987, but his legacy lived on through his family. Richard Sackler, Arthur's son, took those marketing principles and then applied it to the OxyContin in the 1990s.
So, Sturge, what I found very intriguing on how they were doing the marketing, they would pick these young, very attractive women because most of the doctors back then were old men, and they would just go and seduce these doctors.
Old pervs is what I like to call old perverts.
And they would literally seduce them to sell these pills.
And they were like 10 out of 10. Blondes, blue eyes,
bombshells,
tall legs, just gorgeous women that, and you're right, they'd go into these doctors' offices, and some of them were really good, reputable places, and they would feed them a lot of bullshit. You even said earlier.
Well, I have it written down here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we're going to talk about Richard Sackler and OxyContin a little more. So in 1996, Purdue Pharma launched OxyContin, claiming it was they were claiming it was the most safe and effective pain management option with a lower risk of addiction. The Sacklers heavily promoted it as a revolutionary solution, and actually their sales team was saying it only had a 1% addiction rate.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where, the problem begins. They pushed doctors into prescribing OxyContin for, all sorts of pain, contributing to a, culture that normalized opioid use.
Now, you just said everybody, it didn't matter the pain level. Didn't matter the age. I mean, you had kids in high school playing sports that would sprain an ankle. They go into doctor, whomever it is, they go in there and they're thinking in their head, well, I got this new non-addictive. I think you said 1% of people in their brain, only 1% are getting addicted.
And look at Gordon's comment. That's also true.
Oh, yeah. I mean, absolutely. They made money off of this. So the doctors are like, okay, it's not addictive. I can give it to these kids. I can give it to these adults. I can give it to the local mailman whose knees are hurting because he's on his knees on concrete all damn day. And they're handing out these things like you can hand out bubble gum or whatever at a gas station. They were just handing them out, and there was no repercussion for it. And let's take a moment. I think it's important to reflect on the statistics. Between 1999 and 2019, nearly 500,000 people. 500,000. Understand this, not 1,000, not 2,000, not 3,000, not 10,000, not 40,000, not 100,000.
500,000.
500,000 people. 500,000 people died from opioid overdoses. A staggering figure that speaks to the depth of this crisis. And guys, we all know somebody. Some of it's personal. And there may be some that nobody wants to share, but I have a good friend of mine. I went to college with him. I didn't even know until a year after he passed away. He was at a party. It was in Circleville, Ohio. Never did drugs, not once. Smokes marijuana, the drug, right, that can't ever kill you, laced with fentanyl. He's dead. And when I heard that, it broke my heart. It's everywhere. Everyone has a story. And if you have a story to share and you want to share it, we'd love to get you on. We can get you on tonight. Just comment below, or you can share it in the comments. And sometimes those stories are hard. But Dylan, we talked about it earlier. It's physically impossible almost to not know somebody that was either involved, overdosed, and lived, overdosed and died. Peanut, we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
It's so personable and relatable.
You're right.
This is a touchy subject. And, there's so many stories that we can share online. Sorry, it's heartbreaking to think 500,000 people.
Yeah. I had actually had two of my really best friends, they're brothers. And within a month of each other, they both died from overdoses.
Who were they?
Two of my best friends through high school.
And how was that a long, long time ago?
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty old.
Well, I just wondered if it was during
it probably was
when when everything was coming out with Oxy.
Yep. They're both Navy guys, and they weren't out, I wouldn't even say a year. And like I said, one brother OD'd, and a month later, the other brother OD'd.
It's heartbreaking, to think that we're still dealing with this. We're talking, it really hit heavy in 1999. That's just when they started doing the statistics for it. Now, let's share some of these personal stories of some of these people that were affected. There's a story of a girl. She was a bright student. I'm not going to share any type of last names or anything, but I knew her, and she was a volleyball player. And so she was prescribed OxyContin, so there's so many other things that could have been prescribed. Do you understand what I mean? But this was the drug that was prescribed, and the dependency, I think that's, dependent on the drug. Even after the injury was healed, she continued to need it. You know what I'm saying? So the addiction's there. Go ahead, Dylan.
So as you can see, just with Sturge here, her story is very heartbreaking. After just a few months, she began isolating herself from friends and family. She turned to illegal sources to feed her addiction, leading to a tragic overdose, in which we just talked about. When you go to these illegal sources, you never know if it's the actual drug or something laced with something.
Yeah, you don't know. I mean, a lot of it's manufactured in a basement or something like that. But, continue on with the story. Her mother had said, "We had no idea what was happening." As a lot of people in that situation really don't have any idea at all. She also went on to say she thought we were doing the right thing by trusting our doctors. And you go to a doctor because that's who you trust, and you trust they're going to give you the right direction.
And you don't understand the bullshit that's being fed to them as well. And you don't understand the dollars that they're making off of these.
Yeah. And for most of us, you go to a doctor, a lot of the terminology they use, you have no clue.
And I'll go a step further, Peanut. You know, I went to the doctor. I was over 550 pounds at one point in my life. You guys knew me when I was at my biggest. And not one time when I went to the doctor did they want to talk about weight loss. But what they wanted to talk about was, you know, high blood pressure medicine, cholesterol medicine, water pills, diabetes medicine, instead of trying to teach me and train me and help me lose the weight to get off of these medications.
Which
Why?
was causing all those things. Like,
well, it wasn't causing it, but because I got so big, they're going to make money off of these medicines that they're giving me. Well, you know, these people, like this mother here, you know, what a great quote that she gave me. We had no idea that this was happening. We thought we were doing the right thing, trusting our doctors. Peanut, you hit it right on the nail on the coffin. That highlights how many families were blindsided by the crisis.
Exactly.
And we were talking about it before. You know, that's exactly just like a football player trying to run. They don't see the person next to them. That's what blind, they get hit and bam.
Yep.
I mean, you're going to someone you're trusting to, and in her case, she's taken her daughter somewhere to someone that she trusts to be doing the best possible thing for her.
Now, Dylan, I know you were talking earlier about Mike.
So pretty much it stems from, I'm guessing, the same stuff that Peanut was just bringing up. Mike was a veteran who was prescribed OxyContin for chronic pain after serving overseas. Initially, it helped him cope, but soon he was taking more than prescribed.
Exactly. You know, and a lot of people do this. Mike's, you know, addiction just escalated, like a lot of people does in this situation. Yeah. You know, he lost his job and became distant from his family. He tried to quit several times, but, you know, found himself caught in the cycle of addiction. You know, so many people do. Tragically, he succumbed to, you know, an overdose.
In better words, he died. That means he died. Why did he die? Why did Mike die? Let's go back and look why Mike died. What was he? A veteran.
Veteran, yeah.
What happens when you're a veteran? Sometimes you end up with chronic pain. You end up as a disabled veteran. The man served overseas, made it through it, and gets prescribed OxyContin.
Well, Sturge,
where was his fucking help after that? Because instead of getting him the help that he needed, they just give him another script, up the dose.
So, Sturge, I shared my story with you guys. I went to the doctor a couple weeks ago for my migraines and everything, and they tried to prescribe me something that was made for mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And when I told them no, they just looked at me all weird. And I was like, why would I take a drug that will physically change my mentality?
You know,
did they give you a reason?
Yeah, they were like, well, this is what has been approved because they made it for mental health, but then they figured out it's better for migraines. And I was like, I'm not putting that in my body. I was like, what else do you guys have? And what I ended up getting was like the third or fourth one on their list, which is a beta blocker that is to help prevent it, not stop it when it happens.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, back in this, you know, a lot of these areas that opioid was big, you know, you're talking 1999, you know, I graduated in 99. And a lot of the guys, a lot of my friends, a lot of friends of theirs that I knew were coming back. And a lot of the you know, the VAs gotten a lot better than they used to be, but their idea of fixing the problem was, we'll just throw this at you.
I think Gordon just said that too. And I think you're right. And Dylan's firsthand experience.
I wouldn't say they got much better because they were still trying to throw drugs at me that I've never even heard of.
Now, I want to keep our focus on Mike's story here, and I want to talk about his brother and what he shared. He said, you know, we fought so hard to get him help, but the system failed him. It's a painful reminder of how the healthcare system can sometimes let people down. When you, again, we'll go back. This isn't about me, but it's I can only tell stories that I can relate to, right? I can't just make them up. So when I go to the doctor because I have a lot of anxiety and because my chest hurts and because my legs are 4 times the size they should be, and I'm wearing size 60 pants, and I don't know what the fuck to do. And they're like, well, we'll up your blood pressure, we'll give you some more cholesterol medicine, we'll give you a water pill for your leg water, instead of being like, here's why. Your chest hurts because you're 560 pounds. Your legs are swollen because you're 560 pounds. Your chest hurts. Instead of people, going in here and I got knee pain. Well, let me just start this out. Okay, why do you have knee pain? What can we do to fix the pain? And what can we do to try to limit your pain? Listen, you're going to have to deal with the pain. Sometimes you just have to tell people that, right? I mean, I'm not in the medical field, but I would think that sometimes, Jen, you're down here and you work dental. Sometimes you're like, take an ibuprofen. I'm sorry, but
get over it.
I can't give you a narcotic because your tooth is aching a little bit. What I can do is you can come in 2 weeks for your appointment. We'll do the root canal, right?
Yeah.
But not all doctors are like that. They want to hand you all this fucking medicine. And it's really heartbreaking to hear Mike's brother say it. And I'll repeat it again. We fought so hard to get him help, but the system failed him. It's a painful reminder of how the healthcare system can sometimes let people down. So don't take American Whiskey's quotes and shove it down our throats and make shitty videos like the one guy did. Sometimes. Doctors also save people. Okay.
I just talking about it just kind of hit me a little bit. And, the way this company was selling the product and
Purdue?
Yeah. The way Purdue was, had their cute girls out there, this and that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many, a lot of if you go to like a VA hospital, you get done seeing the doctor, you go right down the hallway and there's the pharmacy.
I didn't know.
You don't have to go out to an outsourced pharmacy where you got a second hand going, why are you getting
So they actually changed that. Now, whenever they prescribe you something, they have to send it to get approved, and they will mail it to you after the board approves it.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
So they did change that.
It's been a while since I've been in one, but I remember going straight from, the doctor center right over to the pharmacy.
Now, Dylan, let's pivot back to Purdue since, you just brought up about Purdue. Let's pivot back to Purdue Pharma and Richard Sackler.
So talking about Purdue Pharma and Richard Sackler, their aggressive marketing tactics not only misled doctors, but also created a public perception that OxyContin was a miracle drug with no addiction.
Say it again.
A miracle drug with little to no addiction, 1%.
Yeah, I mean,
Peanut.
Peanut.
Was that a load of shit?
The biggest load of shit I ever heard.
Why? Why would they, Dylan? Why would they lead them? Why would they do this? What's
because
the reason?
They made like $600 billion.
Again, if you go back and listen to the beginning of this episode, not all monsters have guns and knives. Some of them just want money.
Exactly. Greed's the root to all evil, what they say. And it was so bad, they even targeted pain as a 5th vital sign.
Mm-hmm.
And they did this to encourage doctors to prescribe more opioids. It was, like you said, it was all about profit, not patient care.
But I'll tell you this. If you don't think some of these perverted doctors that were like 60 years old in a doctor's office, 80, 90 hours a week, let's be honest, a lot of them are putting in a lot of fucking hours. And some 21-year-old smoke show, blonde hair, blue eyes, tall legs, perfect, right? Coming in there, oh, Dr. Phil, don't hate me on Dr. Phil Denson, and she gives you a free squishy pillow and loves all over you and says, take this pill, 1% get addicted. It's super healthy, super safe. Plus, every script that you sell, you get this.
But then,
fuck, I'm going to just start handing them out.
But then, so if you guys watch the show on Netflix, it goes to show even more because one of the newer ladies is like, how come you guys are making all this money and I made this? And they're like, you have to sell the higher dosages.
That's right. But they did end up changing that to where they started making money just off the pill sold. So it didn't make a difference. Now, why they profited, communities across the country were completely fucking devastated. We've seen the rise in addiction treatment centers. Like, it's insane. They can't even hold people. That, like, they have to deny people at this point because there's not enough room. And people are still struggling. I mean, this isn't, there's still real. We just got done saying it. We all know somebody that's been addicted to narcotics. We all know somebody that's been affected. And it's like, how the fuck do we get these people help? Okay, we'll throw them in a rehab center for a couple weeks. They come back out. Well, what are they going to do then? They're going to go to fucking AA? Well, that's not going to save them either, right? I mean, it might help. It might be a stepping stone. It might be helpful. But unless they want to, you're right. But still, let's say they want to. Even when they go in there, I had a good friend, Stephanie, and I, bless her heart, we took a friend of mine, went, put him through there. I went and took him cigarettes once a week. I sat there, went through weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. He wanted it. He got out. He was doing super well. Well, guess what? Things happen in life where you get fucking depressed and you get sad and everyone's asleep and you don't know what the fuck to do. What do I do? Fall back in my old ways.
You go back to what made you numb and not think about it.
Well, and then, I mean, you're talking about a product that's, once you're on it, it's virtually almost impossible to get off of.
You hear people that are addicts and they've been in, clean for 20 years. What do they say? I'm still an addict.
Oh, once an addict, always an addict.
Oh, yeah. So this led on to legal battles that are still going on today. Let's touch base on the legal ramifications. Purdue Pharma has faced numerous lawsuits, but many feel that the Sackler family still has not been held accountable.
In 2020, Purdue Pharma filed for bankruptcy and reached a settlement, but they walked away with billions. It's absolutely, infuriating.
And like I said, not all monsters have guns and knives, right?
Yep.
The fallout continues. Many of the states are still pursuing legal action against the Sackler family, pushing for justice for those affected by their actions.
It's important to note that some of these funds from the lawsuits are being directed toward addiction recovery programs. That's a small silver lining in this deep tragedy.
Now, as we go to wrap up this here in the next couple of minutes, I do want to share another commercial. We love our friend, at
Von Davis.
God, brain fart here. I've been sick all week. I'm like, is it Burned Out Winery? No, we did Burned Out Winery, and I was, yeah. So Von Davis, let's play that commercial. Discover the taste of freshness at Schoolhouse Farms. Join Von Davis and Beth Cole, passionate bird watchers and friends from York County, Maine, as they transform their love for nature into a thriving business. Since 2016, they have been dedicated to growing and distributing premium sunflower kernels, oils, gourmet popcorn, and heirloom grain products like corn, flour, and grits. What do they offer? Birdseed suppliers, high quality black oil sunflower seeds for local markets. Food retailers, a selection of sunflower oils, roasted kernels, gourmet popcorn, and heirloom cornmeal. Online shoppers enjoy gourmet popcorn and confection sunflower kernels from the comfort of your home. Floral markets, stunning sunflowers for Ohio-based florists. Distillers, specialty grains for brewing and distillation. Popcorn vendors, are you a kettle corn vendor? Talk to Vaughn or Beth about supplying your business with the lowest cost, high quality mushroom popcorn in the industry. Taste the difference. Customers can shop for delicious sunflower kernels, popcorn, flavored oils, and heirloom cornmeal and grits directly on their website or at selected retail stores and farmers markets across Ohio, Indiana, Maine, and New Hampshire. Their name pays tribute to the historic Freysinger School, built in 1862 on Davis Farms property. This one-room schoolhouse has a rich history. having served the community until 1939. Are you ready to connect? If there's an exciting opportunity to discuss, they would love to hear from you. Follow Schoolhouse Farms on Facebook today and become part of the community. This is Big Sturge with American Whiskey. All right, guys, I do want to shift gears and talk about hope. We did a really upsetting episode for a lot of people. I mean, for anyone that's got a fucking heart. And despite the devastation caused by the opioid crisis, many individuals are finding their way to recovery.
Absolutely. There are inspiring stories of people who have turned their lives around. For instance, there's Laura, who went through a rigorous rehab program and is now an advocate for addiction recovery.
Laura emphasizes the importance of good support systems. She now helps others navigate their recovery journeys, sharing her story to inspire hope.
And that's like probably my favorite thing about this whole script that I wrote. I really wanted to share the whole story from Sarah, but I promised her I wouldn't. And that's where I came up with the little segment of hope, because she said, instead of sharing my story, share the fact that I beat it. She said, there's hope. And hell, if you think about it, why live tomorrow if there's no hope, right? If you're an addict and you're struggling, no, there's hope. And before we wrap this up, I would like to take a moment to highlight some valuable resources for those who may be struggling with addiction, or maybe you know somebody that is. And recovery is possible. And there are many organizations literally dedicated to helping individuals, helping you, helping families, helping your friends navigate this journey. You are not alone. And every second that you breathe, you're not done. You're still alive. You still have what Sarah calls hope.
So if you or someone you know is struggling with opioid addiction, here are some key resources.
And Dylan, you don't have to read.
I was about to say,
we'll take breaks. Each of us go with one.
Let's say the names of them. And
no, I'll just do it. So substance. So that I know it's a lot, and I can read quick. And I want to give
Sturge. I was also going to say, after this, let's post it on our site.
Yeah, let's definitely do that. And you don't have to read them all. Do you want to?
Let's go one for one.
All right, let's do it.
You have Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration, aka SAMHSA. Website is samhsa.gov. Their phone number is 1-800-662-HELP, offering a confidential support 24/7 for individuals and families facing substance use disorders.
We got another one is the National Institute on Drug Abuse. It's NIDA, I think is how they pronounce it. The website is drugabuse.gov or www.drugabuse.gov. NIDA offers comprehensive information on drug abuse, treatment options, and research on addiction.
Now, the third one here is the Alcoholics Anonymous and the Narcotics Anonymous, also known as AA and NA. The websites here are aa.org or na.org. Both of these organizations provide peer support and recovery meetings for those struggling with addiction. They have local chapters across the country. All of us know somebody that are involved in AA. We know somebody, and this is a great tool.
Next, you have Smart Recovery. It's smartrecovery.org. Smart Recovery offers self-help meetings and resources focused on behavioral change and personal empowerment for individuals in recovery.
Okay, and the next one we also found and have is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. The website is nami.org. NAMI, or NAMI, however you want to say it, provides education, support, and advocacy. I can't say that word, for individuals affected by mental illness and substance use disorders. They also offer a helpline, and that number is 1-800 950 NAMI, which is 6264.
Now it's, I go to write these scripts and I just assume that advocacy is a normal word for people to pronounce.
I cannot pronounce it. I can read it. I know what it is. I can't pronounce it.
They advocate.
Advocacy.
Advocacy.
They
All right, guys.
advocate.
So our last one here that we have is local support groups, which is huge, guys. Many communities have local support groups and treatment centers. Websites like findtreatment.gov can help you locate, treatment options near you. Here's the thing you got to understand. You're not alone. Everyone has a story and somebody can help you. Whether it's your family, a friend, a church, a local parish, AA, somebody out there. So again, guys, we got the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. We've got the National Institute of Drug Abuse, the Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous, Smart Recovery, National Alliance and Mental Illness, and local support groups.
Exactly. And it's critical to emphasize that reaching out for help is actually a brave step. It's not a sign of weakness. It takes a lot to admit you need help and ask for help. There's no shame in it. Seeking support and recovery is a journey that many have successfully navigated.
So you can say emphasize, but you can't say advocacy.
I can't say it.
So guys,
try this. Advocate.
I love where Peanut was going with this.
I can do advocate. I can't say advocacy.
You guys know we got to shine light on everywhere we can. I got to give them a hard time. So, but Peanut, I love what you said. We encourage anyone, absolutely anyone struggling with addiction to take that first step. Reach out. You're not alone. And there are people and resources ready to help you. And to be completely candid with you, if you don't think the three of us have struggled with something, you're dead wrong. If you don't think the three of us are struggling with something today, you're dead wrong. There are so many people out there that love you, care about you, want to see you succeed. Now, you're going to have people that fight against you, not want to support you, want to sell you drugs, want to drink with you when you shouldn't be, want to be doing this, want to be doing that. But there's more people behind you than there are against you.
Exactly. And, if I was just, thinking, you might be struggling, but your story, is a story that a lot of people may be feeling that, are hiding it. And you don't know the number of people you can help just by getting help yourself and, putting your story out there to help somebody.
I mean, look at the three amigos here. Levi too. He's over here. We travel a lot. And I struggle with food. I struggle with staying on the straight and narrow. Maybe silly to you. Maybe you struggle with something else. But guess what? They got me almost dead and in a coffin. And when I go places, I might want to order something. And guess what? Phil might have to be like, dude, I think this has that. I don't think it's a good idea. I think you're shying away and going the wrong direction. Dylan might smack the fuck out of my head and tell me, dude.
I think everyone in this room has said, you're not fucking doing that.
Yeah.
Nah.
But I would be, to be honest, I don't think sometimes when it's been a tough decision, you don't just say, you're not fucking doing that. We have a really meaningful conversation.
You know what I mean?
And I make the right decision. And I go to bed alive. I go to bed still going the step that I should be. And as we wrap up this heavy episode, it's super crucial to remember the human impact of the opioid addictions, the crisis. We should call it a crisis. It is a crisis. The stories we've shared today are just a very minimal glimpse into the lives affected by Richard Sackler, a douchebag from Purdue Pharma. And they are really a huge person and company to blame. Richard Sackler was worried about one fucking thing. It wasn't you. It wasn't your pain. It was the fact that he can make money off of your issues.
And what did he do when it was over? They folded the company and ran with the money. But we need to keep the conversation.
They still own it.
But what I'm saying is they filed the bankruptcy so they didn't have
that
to pay
fucking
more.
company should never be around.
Shouldn't be. We need to keep the conversations going and advocate for accountability and support for those struggling with addiction.
Yeah. Let's not to forget to raise awareness about the risks associated with opioids. Education is key to prevent future tragedies like this.
Now, guys, I want to thank you for joining us on this emotional journey. It was a little bit of a different sip and solve, but we have to talk about it. We encourage our listeners to share their thoughts, their stories with us. Now, until next week, stay safe, keep sipping, and let's continue to fight for change. I'm Big Sturge.
I'm Justice League.
I'm Peanut.
And we are American Whiskey.
But
All
don't
right,
go
so we're
anywhere.
going to hang out. We're going to hang out for a little bit here. We're going to shift gears here. That was a good episode.
Yeah.
It was a tough one. It was a tough. I see you don't like your gin and cranberry gin. Yeah.
So, Sturge,
So you're not going to drink it? You're just going to crush it before you drive a car? That makes sense.
you want to talk about what we got here, Sturge?
Yeah.
Dry February right here.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, got her.
Damn.
All right, so we're excited to announce. Man, should we? First off, let's see if message Chris or Fred.
Yes.
Yeah, we're fucking live. What's wrong, buddy? Huh? Big fucking surprise. Going headed over to the preschool? Yeah, love.
They're having a lock-in.
Yeah. Bye-bye. I promise you don't want to lose that tone real quick.
Damn. What, you going to ground them for 30 hours again?
I'll show them what it chokes.
Yeah, that whole week, that whole grounded for a week was bullshit. Told you it wouldn't happen.
We both said it. He'll be driving the truck.
Hold on.
He's getting out of being grounded.
I sent the link to Fred if he wants to join for that.
Buddy, what are you doing?
So what's everybody
want to
thinking
go
of these
live with
spooky
us?
lights
About
we
to
got up
sip
front?
this.
Pretty cool, eh?
Just tell everybody what it is. You don't have to. I don't want to make it
We don't
I don't
want
want
to
to make it seem like an inconvenience or nothing. We're live right now, so up on there, grab a glass of it. Let's all try it together. Yeah, we're live now.
They must not have
Yeah, buddy, we're
notifications
live.
on.
So you're not live. They can't hear you. They can hear me. So you want to hop? You guys want to hop on and try this with us? We'll give you a few minutes. He sent you the link. All righty. All right. So they're gonna get on with us. Burned Out Wine. We got a little. I'm not gonna pop the top fill around with us, man.
Fred's actually at Chris's, so
Yeah.
he's gonna have some good Wi-Fi, I
I'm
think.
going to turn the line up a little bit.
A little Wi-Fi.
Pop that up. Oh, weird. It's been a while. Dude. Could just excuse me. I could have scooted forward, bud. Fat man could have got a little, All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that. We're gonna keep going here. A little sip and solve extra after hours. Would it be an after hours? I think so. Thanks, Jason. I appreciate that, Davis. So we're gonna get Burned Out Winery on here because they're gonna want to be a part of this one. You guys are gonna want to hear what's in this bottle. We're super excited about it. Honored.
Very.
Super honored. Sounds like it was bottled today. We're really excited about it.
Actually, it was bottled about an hour and a half ago, maybe 2 hours.
Yep. Yes, sir. You can add people in from your laptop, right? Yeah. What's everybody sipping on? I know we don't have as many on a Tuesday, but if you're on here, what are you sipping on?
Oh, Jason Davis got to be sipping on something.
Davis is always.
I'm guessing Mountain Dew.
Oh, yeah.
He's sipping on his moonshine Mountain Dew.
Yeah, Donnie Bacon. Hard telling what he's sipping on. He's in Florida right now.
He said he was in bed.
He said he was in bed.
Oh, he probably because he's been sipping on something all day. He probably had an umbrella in it, something like a pina colada.
You know what? First off, if it was 70 degrees here, Sturge and I would probably be kicking it out front.
Yeah.
Fucking just hammering beers.
Yeah.
That's why he's in bed so early.
That sounds about right.
No, we'd be going till like midnight.
Yeah.
At 70 degrees, we're not going to bed.
Dude, I love that first hit of that 70-degree day. I just love it. Peach tea, non-alcoholic, bro, or what? What do you? Non-alcoholic peach tea.
Well,
NA.
Well, all of our followers, I do like to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day.
Ooh, romantic.
Yes, you know me. I'm just a romantic guy. No matter what my wife says, I got romance down.
Do you?
I'm pretty sure.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't either.
Well, maybe your idea of romance is different than mine. I'm pretty romantic.
Mine is very different.
You know?
I've never seen you be romantic.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna.
I don't see Dylan being a romantic guy.
You want to hear my plans for my romantic date night tonight?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you said you're going home and going to bed. Sweet told her.
No. I'm gonna take her by the local honk and holler, get her a bottle of that top shelf wine they got. I'm gonna swing
Barefoot?
by.
Barefoot wine?
Something like that. You know, so
You're
something
gonna
cheap.
take your lady to the nearest honk and holler.
And get her a top shelf wine.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna swing by the old Myers. I'm gonna get her some fake flowers so they never die.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, you're one of those guys who's like, when these flowers die, my love for you would die.
See, I
And then
told you.
she's gonna be like, and they're fake like your love. So sweet, thanks.
And I'm gonna it's romantic. And
Super
then
romantic, dude.
And then before we go home,
Super hot.
over there by the Walmarts, they got that
Walmarts.
They got that nice fancy Taco Bell. I'm gonna take her there and get her some tacos.
I'm gonna take her to the Walmarts.
Yeah, no, the Taco Bell by the Walmarts is fancy.
It's not Walmarts.
On the Wally World.
It's just Walmart.
It's Wally World.
Take me to the Walmarts.
Hey man, I'm not taking her
good news.
there.
He's taking you to multiple Walmarts.
I'm
tonight.
taking her to the Taco Bell in front of it. It's pretty fancy.
How's it fancy?
It's just nicely done up. No, I wrote the book on romance.
Hey, Fred and Chris with burned out wine.
Hey,
Look
what's
what
up,
they got.
fellas?
Them cuz, boy.
Oh yeah.
That one white cup I know had dip spit in it at one point, so hopefully it's cleaned out.
It's been bleached. It's been bleached.
And properly.
Can you
bleached,
drink
sanitized.
something out of something that's been bleached?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can wear clothes that's been bleached.
But that's not drinking.
Can you eat jeans?
You could.
People
want-
use
Alright,
bleach
guys,
and Q-tips.
What you're seeing right here is us. I'm about to open up this bottle. This is a bottle. What's it called, Fred and Chris?
It's our tradesman, American and whiskey, but it's branded as America and whiskey.
And I'll let you, Fred or Chris, I'll let you guys explain what you guys did with it.
So we took some Cab, some Merlot, and some Sangiovese, and then we fermented it out to dry and let it set for a little bit, maybe like 6 or 7 months. And then we put it in an oak barrel for another 6 months.
Listen, I am
Yeah.
so excited. I honestly couldn't even tell you. Like, this is super on. We got a really awesome plan with this, with the bottle, but this is a little, I guess, a collab here. The American whiskey bottle with Burned Out Winery, man. So let's pop the top here. We're gonna give it a try.
If you
Good.
smell it, it's going to smell smoky, and you can smell the alcohol too.
Oh shucks, you guys won't like it. I better just drink it.
I don't know. I just put a little tasty.
A little dabble.
Yeah,
Dibble.
just a little
Oh,
beautiful.
dabble.
All right, this is to Fred and Chris and their beautiful wives.
Jeez. Smell that.
The smell
So
is
let's talk
amazing.
about what we're smelling here.
I get oak.
Yeah, it's like a fruity, oaky,
I can
Smoke.
smell the alcohol too. A little notes
but not
of
over
grape.
overbearing alcohol smell. It's subtle.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I like the smell of it. It doesn't. It smells like a. Who came out? So Dylan, what was the whiskey company that came out with the red wine?
Basil Hayden.
Basil Hayden came out with a red wine, and it really has the characteristics of that bottle. Probably because it was in a red wine. All right, here it is.
You know, and I'm not a dry wine guy, but this is extremely smooth.
You kind of get that oaky taste in the back of your mouth once it sits for a second. I wish the rest of America could taste it.
They would be in love.
I
You
can
guys,
taste that oak.
you guys never cease to amaze me on the stuff that you guys do.
Wow.
Everything you do is absolutely amazing, and you keep raising the bar on yourself nonstop. It's always getting better and better and better.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. By the way, Peanut, I just want to tell you, thank you for helping me. And that great
Hey.
producer you guys have. Yeah, that producer helped a lot too.
You talk
Even
about
though
the
he
one that's
sat
not here.
down most of the
Yeah.
time.
He done tucked out on us. He's got Valentine's to.
Oh,
deal
he's not
with.
there.
Oh,
Nah, he was here for
Telling him
the
in.
sip and solve, and then he boogied. Real
Well,
quick.
they don't. Do you guys want to hear what I think about this one?
I don't care.
hi, Jen.
All right, fuck you, Fred. Then never mind.
Hi, Jen. Did you get your cup from the ladies?
How much?
That is
Yeah.
amazing.
What do you? So, Anthony, I only used the oak barrel because of you. So please tell me I did an all right job.
It gives a shit what I think.
Oh, you're feeling.
I don't think it's any good, to be honest.
He's going to save everybody and hide
I
that
better.
bottle.
I don't want anybody to get poisoned. I probably should just drink the rest of it.
I get a little. Yeah. Give us your opinion.
All right, so I'm going to give you my opinion.
Hey, Jason.
I'm going to give you my opinion.
This should tell it all.
I have been a big red wine drinker, and the first time that we met, Fred and Amy and Ty and Chris and Mama Salmons was what festival was that? Rocket Block,
No,
some shit, Hillsboro.
Hillsboro.
I told him I tried. What wine
Hey,
was
well,
that?
harvested here.
Yeah, harvested here. What wine was it that I tried, Chris?
The cab.
Cab.
And I said, I think this would be. I said it's really good, but it would taste so good if that had that oakiness. I didn't know if you guys could do it. Honestly, you guys gave it a few tries or whatever, and it was all right. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest. I told you guys that I was like, it was all right, but it didn't have what I wanted. But this bottle here has exceeded my expectations of what a wine should taste like in a barrel. Because I honestly feel like the alcohol content is there as far as like, it's not drinking like a low proof wine. It's drinking like a kind of like a really smooth whiskey kind of. You're getting the back end of a whiskey drink.
Yeah, and I think that has to do with the barrel, the whole barrel part of it.
And you get the back end of it. You really get like you're sipping a whiskey, but the front end of it, I'm getting the dryness in the tip of my tongue. I'm getting the juiciness. But when it goes down the pipe, I still feel like I get the whiskey burn a little bit. Not like a burn, but like a
Just like a
Kentucky
smooth-
hug. Just a bit of a hug, you know. You go and see your second cousin you haven't seen in 6 years. You don't give a two-handed hug, but you give a one-handed side hug.
A good
And
embrace.
It's a little warm, right?
Yeah,
It's a little loving. So I
bit.
get that little bit of the whiskey hug, but the front end, I'm getting everything that I wanted, but it's also kind of like mixed in there. If I had a wine podcast, I would give this a fucking 9.9 out of 10. The only reason,
because it's not
Yeah.
hot enough for you.
what would make it a 10 is if I had another bottle.
We're almost out already.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to fight over this last bit inside the thing. But as far as if we're not going about what's in, if I don't listen, it's a 10, boys.
Yes. You know, my opinion, you guys always amaze me, and I think you really outdid yourself with this one. This here will, you know, whether you're a wine drinker or you're a whiskey drinker, this is a blend of both that are so perfect. I think either side of that board is going to enjoy this drink.
And you almost get a subtle whiskey smell.
Yes.
It's not like the really overpowering whiskey smell because, like, let's be honest, like somebody that doesn't drink whiskey, they shove their fucking nose in it and they're like, it smells like rubbing alcohol. Well, you just shoved your fucking nostrils in it. But like if you take the glass and you kind of wave it underneath your nose and get a little oxygen in there, you get the different smells. But I also think I've never had a wine like this to where you can do that same kind of thing and get the characteristics of bourbon.
Yes.
So this is crazy because if you take a sip and just let it sit there and marinate after you swallow, you start to get whiskey aftertaste.
Now,
Yeah.
here's
That's
Fred
like-
and Chris, do me a favor. I want to do how I normally.
That's what I just did.
So I want you to take a little bit. I'm going to put it. Actually, I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to pour a little bit inside of here. I want you to pour it in a glass. I just want you to spin it around. No, I'm going to. This is exactly how an I don't know. He was 90 years old. He worked at. He was doing the tastings at where they make. I'll get the bottle.
Buffalo Trace?
No, it wasn't Buffalo Trace. It was the one that I'm saving for Ryan. It's Boone Distillery.
Okay.
So you pour it inside of a glass. He was like 80 something years old, and he said, you swirl it around the glass, let it get a little oxygen in there. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Probably just working out of here from a nursing home. What you do is you kind of smell it a little bit. I don't know if you guys got it, but I'd love to see you do the same thing. So you smell it, kind of move it around. How you doing, girl? Move it around your nose a little bit. You kind of just take it in. And then what you do, you exhale, and then inhale very little, take a sip, and then exhale.
Oh, is that how you try whiskey?
Yeah, that's how he showed me. And I swear to God, I feel like I'm exhaling out dark chocolate when I try this. So you just exhale all your air, inhale a little, take a sip, and then exhale.
Okay. I get
It's
the
like
chocolate.
It's almost like a dark chocolate covered cherry.
I feel you on that.
It's it to a T.
Exactly. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah. And when we brought those bottles to you at Farm to Bottle, like Amy was saying, we only had 4 weeks to do that. So
I know. No, God, I hope nobody took offense to that. I'm just literally
I was explaining.
We were explaining the process.
And then
I just felt like I was like, okay, I taste a little bit there, but I had no characteristics of a whiskey. Guys, you got it here. You got it in the bottle here. And I'm so fucking excited about it.
And I'm saying, then we brought your opinion back and we kind of ran with it.
And put it in a barrel.
Better start fucking barreling.
Oh, yeah.
Because this shit's going to fly off the shelf.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, first off, we couldn't be more honored to be a part of this.
Yeah.
That's why we got 13 bottles on here in your t-shirt, because everyone's like, what is this, Burned Out Winery podcast now? I'm like, well, we're family, so call it what you want.
Family's family.
Oh, right. No, it's called support, and we love each other. So
Or obsession.
More of us. That's why we have these.
We call it more of a problem, but
yeah, I mean,
I literally talked to the other day. I was at work patching drywall, and I was like, I haven't been talking to them that long. Steph tried to call me 6 times. I looked at my phone. It was like 109 minutes or an hour and 9 minutes, and I was like, all right.
The wife on the back burner for Fred the winemaker.
I was like, sorry, I was talking to Fred. She's like, yeah, I figured.
That's funny because my wife says the same thing she's like, why'd you red button me 3 times? I'm like, I was in the middle of a conversation.
My wife
talking about, I have no idea.
Yeah, 100%. I was like, was it important? Like, super important.
It's always important.
Here's our conversation. He's like, we're like, yeah, I know McDonald's has really good fries, but Rally's are better, right? And he's like, yeah, but are you sequencing in there the Wendy's sea salted fries?
Oh, no.
We're talking about that for like 9 hours, dude.
I love Wendy's sea salt fries.
What was the other one we talked about the other day, like back in the day? What was it that we would do it? I forget.
we always talk about back in the day, dude.
Yeah, like the telephones, like our cars.
But our kids know what a wired up phone looked like.
Oh, no way.
Dial up internet.
You know what other store what the other thing Fred and I were talking about the other day was wired tools versus wireless tools, electric tools.
Can you imagine if our kids seen the old TVs with the big back?
Yeah, Ryan be like, what the hell is this, Dad?
Why is it
How
so
do you
big?
plug the Xbox in?
Yeah.
Well, think about Ryan or Kendall picking up the iPad to call somebody and hear the durner.
Oh, for sure, man.
And then you down here, who the fuck kicked me off the internet?
Oh my gosh.
Like, well, today,
the old TVs, they had remotes with wires on them, and then we had the kid remote. And they're
You don't remember?
Hey, change the channel.
So before I was adopted in Lancaster, I lived in this trailer. My grandma lived in another trailer across, and I'd go over there and she'd sit in a chair and I'd have to sit up by the TV, and she had this like joystick looking thing. And this is really old. This shouldn't even have been around when I was sitting there. But so if she wanted to listen to Dayton, I'd have to turn
the satellite dish.
Yeah, I have to turn it towards like this way to get the Dayton station. but we were like in between. So if you wanted Columbus, you'd have to turn the satellite over to the other side, and she'd get so pissed. Keep going left, or like, no, she's like, keep going west. I'm like, which way's fucking
And
west,
eventually she'd
Grandma?
probably be like, "Oh, fuck, do it."
That's
Hell no, she didn't.
That's the step after the old rabbit ears.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
like
like
that.
Amy said, she used to have foil on her rabbit ears.
Yep.
Yeah, that helps get the reception, bro.
Well,
Yeah.
we got like completely excited today because the Taco Bell down the street from Chris's house has the chili cheese burritos.
You're a liar.
Oh no!
Nope.
Two of them babies.
Every time I come down here, Anthony, I order like 6 or 7 of them, dude.
I'll tell you right now, I'll gain 3 pounds to eat that. I don't give a shit.
I'm
I got
making
an
it
app.
plain right now.
So, boys, let's get back on topic here. I know everyone's looking, why do you spit the wine in that? But that's just what you do. So God damn,
big daddy.
I'm about passed out. Guys, I think what you got here, let's hear your guys' opinion on what you created here.
I think we did. I like that it's nice and smooth at the beginning, and in the middle you start to get a little bit of the tartness of the flavoring of the actual 3 different wines that are in it. And then when you do swallow it, it does come off as a whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you a slight Kentucky hug burn going down.
It's
And
amazing.
I
It's
think
like-
that's the alcohol.
You know it's there, but it don't really
Yeah.
burn.
It doesn't burn, but you can feel it.
I don't remember what it tastes like. Give me one touch.
What's your opinion?
Man, Chris's kids are on steroids tonight, boy.
It's Valentine's Day. They got
what I like about it is it's fruit forward, and then on the back end, it kind of tastes like a higher proof alcohol than what it really is.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets your mind into thinking, hey, this is higher content alcohol opposed to what it is.
Now, was this barrel,
smoke?
had it ever been used as whiskey?
I mean, possibly. The guy that we got the barrel from did. I don't remember the story, but so it could have had bourbon or something.
absolutely amazing. It's mind blowing.
I looked it up.
Hold on.
I had another wine that
Sorry.
has that kind of gift to it that would do that to you. I've never experienced that
No.
about a
Now, I've had a whiskey that's kind of given me this kind of experience Big Laden me had. And I'm telling you, I wish I had it. I'm trying to look on the shelf. I think I crushed it, man. To be honest.
$35, you can have another one.
$35. So, all right, guys, we're gonna hop off here.
Sorry about all
appreciate-
the noise. We got 4 kids in the background playing.
I have
This is my
4 kids as well.
Yeah, but they're
understand.
little laughs with each other.
Today.
Yeah. My son's birthday's today, by the way. He's 9 years
Hey,
old.
Happy birthday, Ryan.
You don't have to ever, if you ever apologize for your kids being loud again, I'll punch you in the penis.
Right.
So,
Being loud.
all right, I'm punching him in the penis next.
Please don't punch me in the penis.
I'm going to punch you in the penis.
Hey, but you can always bribe us with this one.
When are these bottles going to be for sale?
As soon as I get the labels in,
A
So
month,
in the
2
next-
months, 3 months?
couple of weeks.
Couple of years.
Next couple weeks. $35. It's the, what is it called?
Say American whiskey.
It'll be the Tradesman, the American and whiskey version.
I just, no, it sounds so cool. I'm so fucking honored.
We are all honored.
And you know, when we first came out, they're like, "What? It'll like be the Big Sturge edition." I'm like, "Nah, fuck that. It's the American whiskey because I love you guys and I love Burned Out Winery.
You
Hey,
got
this is
enough to
fucking
do
awesome.
one more drink, but
Yeah,
We're all family, so
Yeah.
it just all blends together perfectly. And you cannot ask for a better blend than what you guys came up with.
Thank you, Sturge.
let me just make sure it's all out.
You need
I
to get the last
I don't
one.
want to waste none.
I hope Steph find out we didn't save her none.
And that was the last bottle.
that was the last bottle, dude.
You lying sack of shit.
You might want to give Steph a sip. She will be completely irate if we don't.
No, what do you mean it's sitting in here? Don't be like that. Can't get me in fucking trouble, dude.
Cheers, fellas.
Look at this cup, man. You know what's fucking hilarious is when I like watch Moonshine Militia and other the podcasts, and you see those cups floating around.
Yep. It was cool.
We got to make some more of those, guys.
Oh, yeah, they're actually a couple of my favorite cups I use at the house.
You got them too?
Oh yeah, I use them.
Do you have any?
Oh yeah.
Like those were
This
like
one has been through the. If anybody wants to know, this has been through the dishwasher like 30 times.
and it's
the
also
letters are still. And
it
the
also
letters are
had
still
dip spin in
smooth
it.
and everything.
I swear I saw that thing had dip spin in it.
No, it's
Well,
not
one
the-
of them had.
Dude, this has
No.
been in the house.
These cups have
Jason Davis, I want to measure with you.
These
Let's
are
keep
the
them back.
first edition cups.
these are the cups we used when we brought it to Farm to Bottle and tried the wine together.
Yeah.
Yep,
I know.
that's where I got by as far to buy them are the OG cups.
All
right
right,
there.
if people want flags, we'll do American whiskey flags, but we got to get some people that want them first.
Actually, we got a couple.
You got to
No,
pay
not-
for them first.
We got one.
Sturge.
Ivy.
Sturge.
Hold on. I didn't drink Sturge.
Well, that
Three
guy's-
by
Look,
five
hey.
American whiskey flag.
Look at this.
We got flags. If we want flags,
I'm okay those flags.
Can I say it?
yeah.
All right, guys. You heard it here first. We are making some IVP badges.
What?
Flag.
Flags.
You'll look cool.
We'll get you nothing.
What did he say?
I'm lost.
We'll explain later. What?
Well, okay. Yeah. Well, no. So if you guys really want flags, did you like these flags here? We got flags right here. You guys,
What's the price on them? So everybody knows.
How much are they?
come out, mute it. Hit the first red button. Hold on, button for that. Hold on, give us one second.
It's a nice flag.
So, Chris, what'd you do today?
I worked.
Yeah.
Hold on. You four. You just again real fast. Hold on.
Sturge, look.
Those flags are pretty tight.
Peanut, cover your face up. That's better. That's better. That's pretty cool.
They must got us on mute. Is there anybody out there? How many people are watching? One?
All right, sorry. I was on the phone with the person that makes our shirts and stuff. So give us 1 second. We're about to make flags happen. Give us a second.
Find out the price.
Figure out how much.
What?
So we're just trying to figure out how much
Yeah.
they can make them for.
He said give him a minute. He's got to look up some. We'll do flags. VIP flags, baby.
IVP flags.
Is Steph coming?
Steph got a gift from the girls.
Dude, fucking go. It's right. All right.
Sturge.
That's what it will.
Heavy duty, double sided.
Hey.
All right. So they're.
Fine.
All right, so we got this is a vinyl flag. I know a lot of the flags you get are like the loose ones. So we got the vinyl flags, 35, and then the regular flags for 25. So if you guys really want a flag, just let us know. This was a last minute thing, guys. I like the vinyl flag is where it's at though.
They put that price in the comments.
It was heavy duty and double sided.
Don't tell me how to live my life, Fred. How about you
I'm
put
not.
your price? How about you put your prices of wine in the comment?
Okay.
$35 once it's available. We only have a small batch.
Oh, yeah. We only have 24 bottles.
When are you gonna have more?
I can probably start to do more tomorrow.
Well, get to humping, brother.
It won't be as special as the first one.
We could also
I
do
can't believe
a.
we drank the first bottle that was bottled.
Yeah. That was the first bottle that you drank it all.
What the fuck did you want me to do with it?
Save
Look at
it.
Is this a fucking joke?
I don't know if that's the first bottle.
First off, how are we ever going to try it if we didn't drink this one?
I understand.
All right, let me redo my review. It was dog shit. I would never drink it again.
We need a discount in
Drink for
Fire starter
Dabbing up leaves out in the yard.
as a tarp.
We were gonna let you get a discounted VIP badge, but not now.
What else?
Huh?
Want to try it? She don't want to fucking try it.
If she
man.
wants to try, she can have the rest of that.
All right. Do you guys want to get off now? Or are you guys having fun? Or do you have anything else you want to talk about? Or
I'm having a great time, man. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, we do have a few more newer kinds coming out soon.
let's talk about
When
this.
that gets approved, they'll be at the Second Street Market.
What do you got coming?
Vermentino. Hold on.
He said, hold on. You know what's funny? My 3 daughters are asleep already, and Ryan's just video gaming.
Hell yeah.
It's all right.
Okay, we're gonna have a Vermentino. We're gonna have a peach.
Oh,
We're gonna have a
red blend.
red blend,
man.
a raspberry blush coming out.
Is that sweet?
Yeah, it will be sweet. And then there's one coming out I can't say nothing about because it's a secret too.
What do you mean a secret?
It's a secret. We gotta have secrets.
The fuck if you do?
That's the official wholesome girl.
Yours was a secret.
No, it wasn't.
You're
Well, it could have been a secret, but you kept on talking about it.
Oh, sorry. I was excited. That's my bad.
your co-host knows what it is.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you have more than one co-host.
Your co-host on that side of the street.
Oh, what is it?
I'll send you a text.
Wow.
You know,
You know what's going to happen as soon as this fucking episode ends.
Going to
you're
sleep.
gonna get
Multiple times.
at least twice.
We cannot.
No, we just can't say what it is on the air yet.
You can't say what it is on the air.
All right, guys, time to go.
Toodles.
Oh, you taking Levi's spot, Jen?
No, what I'm saying is
She actually did, man.
when we end the stream, don't leave.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right, guys. I'm Big Sturge,
I'm Justice League.
And I'm the peanut.
and we are American Whiskey. And that's Fred and Chris of Burnout Winery. I need you to hit end live.
I got it.
All right, don't do nothing.